See, I got the mic working. I'm trying to figure out, okay, what have I forgotten to do? What could I have possibly forgotten to do today? There's always something I forget to do before I start a live stream. Always. Guaranteed there's going to be something that I forget. So I have to look. Did I forget the audio? No, audio's good. Everything's good. Did I forget? No. Are you trying to tell me I didn't forget anything today when I started? There's gonna be something that's gonna come up, and it's gonna be obvious that I forgot it. I don't know what it is yet. I think I have everything running. Not quite sure. How's everybody doing today? If anybody's out there watching or lurking right now, thank you for watching. Got a couple of lurkers I see. Glad to have you here. How you doing? I am Mr. Funky Dude. I'm your hostess with the mostest. And I am coming to you live from beautiful Southern California. It's a little overcast today, but not too bad. Hey, Johnny. How you doing, Johnny? Doing great. How are you? Wonderful. Johnny wants to know, are we going to have a memorial for birthday? He's talking about my sourdough starter. Yeah, man, I was pissed. I was ticked because I hadn't used it for a couple of months because, the knee surgery. I hadn't used it like maybe the month before I had the knee surgery, right? So it's been maybe 3 months since I was using my mother dough. And yeah, it'd been a month. And so usually that's fine. It's been, that's probably the longest I'd let it go in the refrigerator without using it. Usually I kept it in the refrigerator and it stayed good. And I was always able to bring it back to health. It usually took me about, 5 days to bring it back to health. Okay. So I take it out and I try to bring it back to health. And what I usually would do is I would take it out, stir it up. Right? I'd dump, because it's the water and the flour separate. I would dump maybe half of it out. And then I would put more flour in, a little bit more water, let it set for the day. Then I'd come back the next day and I'd do the same. So I would just feed it every day, dump half of it out, refeed it, dump half of it out, refeed it. I kept doing this. I was doing it for about 4 days. And then the 5th day I went to check it and there was a smell coming from it that I had. It's not a normal smell, right? And I started noticing that the inside of the cup, inside of the container I was using, seemed like it's the flour and the water mixture. The mother dough seemed kind of reddish, like a little pinkish. And I knew right at that point, oh man, that's gonna be mold. How did I get mold into this? And you can't bring it back once it's gotten mold. You can sort of, but it takes much, much longer. And yeah, it's just never going to be the same. So yeah, I just dumped the whole thing out, and now I have to make a new batch. I'll start probably later on today or tomorrow, and go through it. Yeah, no, not extra sour. That would have been great. Extra sour, that would have been great. But no, this is not good. And just doing some reading that I'd seen on it, it is possible, but you have to basically, let's put it like this. To save it from the mold, what you have to do is you have to dump out 3/4 of it and then feed it. And then you have to dump it out 2 or 3 times a day. Basically, you just end up diluting it over time. You might as well just start over at that point, So, again, as I started juice, I used to get mine going. Yeah, use the raisin yeast, right? If I remember correctly. Yeah, send that to me. That'd be cool. Yeah, send me the... I think you sent it to me once before, but send it to me again. Yeah, so that was disappointing. I'd had that for 3 or 4 years. And you know what? Let's be what I should have done. And this is my bad. What I should have done, and I didn't realize this because I had it in the refrigerator for so long and everything. What I should have done was I should have emptied out all of the contents and put it in a new container when I took it out of the refrigerator. That's what I should have done. Because I didn't do that, the little crusties on the side is what attracted the mold from the air. And it started feeding it, So that's lesson learned for me. Oh, not the raisin juice. Don't tell people I don't know what you're talking about, man. Don't know what you mean. But yeah, send it to me. Maybe I'll try that. That'd be cool. I was very disappointed. Let's just say that. I was extremely disappointed. And, but, I'll get another one going. And it'll only take, a week, before I get another one. Well, last one actually only took like 5 days for it to really grow. Apparently, it's pretty yeasty around here. And from what I understand, it has something to do with how close we are to, there's a lot of trees, right behind us that are planted. And supposedly, if you're somewhere where there's a lot of trees or just vegetation in the area, the natural yeast in the air is higher. So when I first made the sourdough starter, it only took 5 days to get to full strength, as opposed to what's normal 7, sometimes 10. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. That's my next project this week is the new mother dough. Actually, oh my God, I just thought of something. Now, I doubt she still have it. About 6 months ago, I gave some of my starter to a Tam's sister. I wonder if she kept it going. I should ask her if she kept my starter going. I doubt she did. But if she did, I'm just going to get some from her. That's my starter. Then it'll be the original, I doubt she did, though. I really doubt. What's up, Wolf? How are you doing? You're a little on the crusty side. This is true. I am a little on the crusty side. That is absolutely 100% a true statement that you just made. What the fuck is going on with the weather in California? 5 days ago, it was 96 degrees. Today, it's, let's see, what is it? Hold on. I'll tell you what it is. 75 degrees today. I mean, I'm not complaining. Friday, it's going to be 91. Look, what the hell? Oh, that AC is coming back on. I'm telling Tam, we've turned off the AC for the last 4 or 5 days because it's been damn hot. Not hot because it hasn't been that hot. And electric prices, have kind of gone up. It was a huge bill last month. And, so we wanted to save some money. So it's been cooling off. So we turned off the AC. But damn, I'm looking at this. And it's saying Friday it's going to be 91, then Saturday 95, Sunday 94. Oh, that AC is coming on for the weekend. There's just there's no doubt about that. The AC is going to come on for the weekend. I'll start a fundraiser if I have to. Don't make me start a fundraiser. All right. But yeah, that's what's going on there. Well, Johnny's off making his kid a grilled cheese sandwich. Yum. But the sad thing is that it's a friend of mine and Tam's birthday, and the one thing that he asked me to do was to make him some sourdough bread. He didn't, he wanted just a loaf of sourdough bread. I said, yeah, sure, of course. And I said to him, it'll only be a couple of days because I was still, getting the starter back to health. And now I had to tell him, oh man, it's gonna be another week or two before I get you that bread, man. Sorry. Wolf says I just saved 100% of my car insurance by leaving the scene of an accident. Yeah, that's one way to do it. But you shouldn't do that. That's a crime, sir. As always, the guest feature is open. You can find the link on Discord. On my Discord, I think it's still there. Should be. Maybe is that the thing I forgot to do? Is post the link to the guest feature. Let's see. Is that what I did? No, it's still in the public chat. Okay. So you can go to the Discord and get it there, or you can go to, I think I put it on Mastodon. Did I put it on Mastodon? Let me see. Let me double check here if I put it on Mastodon. I'll feel bad if I did not. Okay, I did not. Okay, I'm going to add it to that post. See, there's always going to be something that I forget. Always. And that was what I forgot to do today. I add that link right now. And boom. Okay. There we go. I added it to the end of the post I put on Mastodon. So if anybody wants to give me a guest, feel free. We'd like to hear about your day, like to hear about your weekend, how things are going in your life. We want to hear about what excites you, or maybe even what's got you down a little bit right now. If that's what you want to talk about, you need some encouragement. We're here to help you with that for sure. For sure. But yeah, man, the weather is freaking weird. It's almost like there's some kind of problem with the climate that we should probably look into as a society. Eh. Well, it says, oh no, a crime. Put it on my tab. Yeah. Yeah. So how was your guys' weekend? I hope it was good. Mine was interesting. Rachel, my 24-year-old daughter, went to Washington over the weekend. She went on Thursday, left on Thursday. She's coming back today. And she went to go see her boyfriend who had moved up there in May. And he moved up there, to find better work, to make more money. He was tired of living with his parents. So he moved in with, I think, four other friends of his. And she plans on moving up there as well with him. Probably the goal is May of next year. But she's got a lot of things that she needs to get done. She's been saving a lot of money. She's got a lot of money saved. I'm surprised how much money she had saved. Which is wonderful. She needs to learn how to drive. So she has gotten her provisional license. She's taken the test. Now she just needs driving lessons, and she's going to find a school to give her driving lessons. Then the next thing is finding a job out there. Now she's hoping she'll be able to transfer, because where she works, there's a sister, place there, job site, whatever you call it, part of the company that she can go work for. Hopefully. But the problem is it's going to be like 30 minutes away from where she lives. And being a new driver, I don't know if that's something she's going to want to do. So I think she's going to have to find another job. And I don't know what the job market is up in Washington, but I think it's going to be a struggle, more of a struggle than she's aware of. So she's coming home today, and, I'm going to help her and keep her excited, keep her on track. And, because I think it's a good thing for her. It's part of growing up. It's part of getting her independence. And, she's doing everything right. She's in therapy. She's working. She's trying to get more hours at her job. She's trying to just do everything she can to get to the point where she can move up there and be with her boyfriend. So hopefully everything will work out in the end. Yeah, Johnny can't make money in the OC. What the? Yeah, they're crazy. Wolfman says $985 raised at a fundraiser for Parkinson's. That's not including the 10% from 2 restaurants participated. That's wonderful. All the money they can get, the better. That is very, 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 very cool. Parkinson's is a serious disease. It should get all the attention and help that it can, so that there's a cure before I get it. Wolfman says job market is not very good unless she moves to a bigger city. Well, she's going to be living in a city that's outside of a larger city, like a suburb to a larger city. So hopefully she'll be able to find a job where either the shitty city, the city that she's in, or somewhere nearby that's not like a half-hour distance, Like 30 minutes away, if you're living in a big metropolitan city, that's really only, 5 miles away? But where she's going to be 30 minutes away is 30 minutes away, So Johnny says, I'll give some discounted driving lessons. Well, Tam was nice enough to give Rachel the old Fiat. Just straight up going to give it to her. Giving her, it doesn't run right now. It's been in the garage for over 2 years, so she's going to need to take it and get it fixed up, get it working, and that's going to be her car. So she's going to have to get the insurance for it. She's going to have to pay for, repairs and stuff like that. And this is what I keep telling her, like the job that she has right now is not sufficient enough to do that. Like she's not making enough hours. She's not making enough money with the job that she has right now to pay for a place, part of the rent and car insurance and enough money that if something goes wrong with the car that she can have it repaired and all these things. And it's, I try explaining it to her and I think she understands it intellectually, but Johnny, one of the things you'll realize as a parent, and I've tried explaining this to Tam, is that explaining two things to your kids, you can give them the whole hard truth, right? You can tell them exactly what's going to happen and exactly why it's going to happen and what they can do to avoid it. And they will still do the wrong thing. And this used to infuriate me, like back in the day, especially when she's a teenager. And then I realized that it wasn't about that she wasn't listening to me, because I realized I felt like I'm your dad. Why aren't you listening to me? Right? So it's an ego issue. But I realized for her that she just didn't have the experience to trust what I was saying. She didn't have the experience to work through the reasoning and why I understood what she was doing was going to make things harder for her and why she didn't, So as a parent, I had to learn to just allow her to make her own mistakes. Right? And that is a hard thing for a parent to learn. Even as she's 24, I still struggle with it. I want to help my baby, I want to help her out. I want to make sure that she's good and she's safe and that she's prepared, and I just can't do that. That's not my role anymore as her parent, right? That was my role when she was young and she was a little kid. But now as the parent of an adult, my job is to allow her to just have the experience that she's going to experience without me adding judgment to it. I can sit there and I can say to her, do you want my advice? Do you want to know what I think you should do? Right? I can give her that. But it's up to her whether or not to follow through with that. Johnny says kids need to learn the hard way like we did. Yeah, right. Exactly. But I mean, that's understandable intellectually. We get that because we were kids ourselves. Well, you watch Johnny when he gets that old, when he gets a teenager, it's going to drive you mad. And it's like Rachel wasn't a bad teenager. Rachel was a great teenager. She wasn't defiant. She wasn't overly moody. I mean, she was moody. All teenagers are, you know. She's a good kid. But I still got mad when she wouldn't listen to me and take my advice. You know. Johnny says that is going to be very difficult, no doubt. Oh yeah, it is, because like I said, you want to protect them, and for the most part, that's what a child does: is listens to you, and if you tell it no, it doesn't do it. And then when it starts getting older and starts trying to form opinions of its own, the kid will start pushing back. You know, and they want to discover their own independence, even if that means making mistakes on their own. And they want to push away from being told what to do all the time, because they want to discover who they are in the world. And the only way they can do that is if they just make mistakes, you know. It's not easy to watch as a parent. So yeah, my daughter's coming back today. She's going to be back, and she's going to try to move out in May to Washington. I hope that she can succeed. She definitely can if she is motivated enough and follows through and does the right things. She definitely can. My fear is that she'll try to move out there regardless if she's ready or not by May. I don't know. We'll see. Because, you know, love makes you do stupid things. You hear the trash truck outside right now? I don't know if you can hear it out there. The trash truck is right outside in my alley. Sorry about that. Yeah, right. Exactly. Exactly, Johnny. We will see. We will see what happens. And that's like most of parenting is just waiting to see what happens. We are never ready regardless of what we think. Yeah, of course. Yeah. That's what I tell Rachel as well, is that you can only be prepared up to a point, because there's always the unexpected. There's always things that you're not expecting to happen. There's always things that pop up that you hadn't considered. Yeah, you can be ready up to a point, you know. I don't know if you can hear that beeping outside. I hope not. Ugh, drives me nuts. Oh, that's the one thing I really hate about living in a condominium. The bad trash comes in the back alley, and it comes in backwards. So it has to make this beeping sound consistently. Ugh, it drives me nuts. Like, we know you're back there. We know you're back there. There's no cars that are backing up that will miss the truck, the huge trash truck that's roaring in the alleyway. Adding a beep to it does nothing. I mean, there's no one that's pulling out of their car. I mean, pulling out of their part, you know, their garage, that wouldn't be able to hear that trash truck. Like, no one is going to go, "Oh my God, I didn't know the trash truck was there because it wasn't beeping." Like, that's just, that's fucking ridiculous. Oh, like I said, it wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't for that incessant beeping. It'll be gone in a minute. Give it a second. Hey, it looks like we got a couple of lurkers on PeerTube. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out with me. Feel free to join me in the chat if you'd like. I am watching the PeerTube chat, so if you're over there, for those people that are over there, say hi in the chat. Feel free. Low says the DOT thing, national level, some stupid got ran over, and now we all pay for it. Yeah, I know. It's redonkulous. It's ridiculous. It's just dumb. It's like all the plastic bags that have to say, do not put over your face. Like, oh, yeah, okay. Johnny wants to know, what age does the Cesar Millan stop working on kids? See, Johnny, what you have to do is you have to develop, and this can last up into their teen years, right? We've talked about this before. The Stephen Millan equivalent of the is the dad voice. You got to learn to create the dad voice. The dad voice is that stern voice that you listen to, or you are afraid you will get fucked up. Emotionally or whatever. Not physically. Don't hurt your kids, obviously. But yeah, that is it is the stern voice of your dad that you cannot ignore. And if you get really good at it, like I did, you can use it on kids who aren't even yours. Like there was one time I was at a restaurant and this single mother, I assume, was having a problem. She had her two kids. One, I assume, was like 5 years old, 6 years old, something maybe. And then a little, like probably 2-year-old little daughter. And I was at this restaurant and I was with my daughter and we were eating. And this kid was just being a little shit to his mom. And I just turned and I locked eyes with the kid. I just looked over at the kid. I locked eyes with that kid. And I just said in the most stern dad voice I could, "Hey, you will listen to your mother." Snap that kid. And the kid just went like that. And the mother looked at me and just goes, "Thank you." I go, "Honey, I know. I know where you're at. I know what you're feeling. It's okay." I just looked at the kid and I said, "Your mom's a good mom. You should listen to her." I said, "Be good for your mom. Pay attention." And that kid was quiet the rest of the time. So, like I said, you get good enough with the dad voice, you can use it on any kid. It comes in handy. Johnny says, "Yeah, I'm working on my dad voice. He and the dog both respect it." Yeah, and you can't pull it out all the time. That's the thing. The dad voice has to be like the kid knows if you've pulled out the dad voice, that's it. Like there's nothing else after that. Right? So it's the nuclear destruction, And you can't set off the nuke every day or it just becomes meaningless. But I'm sure you'll get there. You're getting that good dad voice going. So yeah, that's what's going on. Rachel's coming back today. Oh, our friend that comes and stays a week to work at it, for his business, comes in once a month for a week for about 10 days. It sleeps on the couch, rents the couch from us, couch bed from us. He's coming in today as well. So spent the weekend kind of like just cleaning up the house. We, Tam and I cleaned up Rachel's room for her, flipped her mattress, cleaned her sheets for her, did her laundry for her, cleaned out her fan in her room, just something so she could come home and have a nice fresh bedroom and looks nice, and did all of her laundry for her so she wouldn't have to think about that. Then we did all of our own laundry. I did a lot of laundry yesterday. I had like 5 loads of laundry yesterday. And got all that done. And yesterday we did a little bit of plumbing that was unnecessary. Oh, God. So last year we had. Last year, let me know if you guys have ever had this kind of situation. I'm sure we all have at one point. Not exactly the situation, but you'll flow with it for a second, right? You'll get it. So last year we had the new HVAC put in. You know, the heating and cooling system, right? So we have central air in the house, and we got a new one put in, got it all fixed and everything. And this summer, we started to use it. It was great. But when it got put in, they said to us that there is a drain line that goes from the AC unit in the attic down into one of the, to basically Rachel's bathroom. And what it does is it connects to the U-joint, right? So, you know, under the sink, if you're familiar with the sink, the drain in the sink comes down into a U-joint that goes up and across like that. And the reason there's a U is so it can trap, you know, water in there so you don't have a lot of stinky fumes coming up, right? If you didn't know what a U-joint was for, that's what a U-joint is for, basically. And to also hold and trap any kind of like sludge or anything like that that you don't want to go into your rest of your line, right? So it's two things, basically. And they said that the U-joint was clogged and that we needed to clean it out. And I had been meaning to do that for the last year and had never gotten to it. Just because I kept forgetting about it. For whatever reason, I just kept forgetting about it.
I'm not sure I understand.
I'm not sure you do either. Sorry. So finally, Rachel's gone. I started thinking about it again. I thought, oh, we have access to there. I said to Tam, hey, we should clean out that trap. Because they said that it was clogged. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. She remembered that too. So we took out everything underneath the sink. You know, it's not hard to undo the trap, you know. And it was not dirty at all. Apparently, and then Tam all of a sudden goes, oh, you know what? I think they said they did it for us. They did it for, and you're just now telling me this? I've been worried about this thing off and on for a year, feeling guilty that I kept on putting it off every time I'd forgotten about it, because that's how my brain works. I forget about things, then remember, and I can't do it in that moment. And I start to feel guilty about it, that I hadn't gotten it done. And I tell myself, oh, okay, I'll do it tomorrow. And then I forget about it again. Welcome to ADHD world, right? So a lot of guilt involved for the last year of not having that thing done, not realizing I didn't need to do it. They'd already done it. Like, what the heck? So, yeah, that's fun. Soul Gloom, what's up? How you doing today? Thanks for being here. Hope you're having a great day today. And if not, hope there's opportunity. So, hope there's opportunity if you have a better day. Soul Gloom, it says, has been following Mr. Funky Dude for 4 years, 10 months, 27 days, 22 hours. Wow. That's a long time, man. Thanks for the follow. Hope you're enjoying yourself over there on Twitch. So we also are joined by people on PeerTube and YouTube as well. But glad to have you here. Thanks. But yeah, we are. What was I gonna say? I totally got sidetracked. Yeah, so Rachel's coming back. I forgot what I was talking about. Dang it. I got distracted. Soul Gloom, you distracted me. Thanks. Not a problem, though. Glad you're here. But yeah, Rachel's coming back. Oh, the HVAC. So I didn't need to clean out that trap after all. It was a waste of time. I felt bad about it for a year off and on, and I didn't need to. There's a life lesson in there somewhere, right? There's something I should learn there is not to get all worked up over things that I can't control, maybe. I don't know. But let me know in the chat. Have you guys ever experienced anything like that where you worried about something, you kept putting it off, and then you finally go to do it and realize, oh, it didn't really need to be done? Like, oh, someone else already took care of it, or that wasn't a problem. Your AC joint that you didn't have to do. Oh, man. Oh, hold on a second. Oh, cool. Rachel's getting ready to get on the plane. Just let me know that. Yeah, to tail me. All right, guys, give me 1 second. I'm going to be right back. Give me just a minute. Sorry about that. Had to take care of something real quick. I'm back. Will says, yep, senior English, never did any homework because it wasn't necessary. Or so you thought. Now, don't you wish you had learned the language? Oh, there's that trash truck again. Why is it back? Oh my God. Hate that thing. Hate is a strong word, but, you know, it is true. It absolutely is true. I hate that sound. So, yeah, I don't know how the rest of the week is going to go, but hey, tell me, guys, have you ever had that where you just worried about something and you didn't really need to worry about it? It was either already taken care of or it wasn't the issue that you thought it was going to be. Oh, man. I hate it when that happens. You know, because I do. I don't know about you. I have a problem, and this is a little insight with me. I have a problem with conceptualizing always the worst situation. Like my brain, and from what I understand from therapy, maybe you can learn something from this as well. What I understand from therapy is that because my childhood, I was in a kind of, well, I was in a toxic environment. It was emotionally abusive at times and sometimes physically abusive, but more emotional abuse than anything else. Like that was a big, I'd get spanked or I'd get smacked in the face. There's the physical abuse, you know, but emotional abuse was very high, right? And so I learned at an early age that I had to be careful of how I talk to other people in a sense of that I had to be careful to protect my own emotions, to protect myself. And this led to basically, problems in the future with communication and what have you. And it was through therapy that I learned to overcome that. I forget the original point I was going to make now. I was going to make this big point, and the sound of the truck outside just completely distracted me. And now I can't remember what the point I was going to make was. I was going to make this really good point about something, and now I've totally forgotten it because, hello, welcome to ADHD world. This is my brain. This is how it goes, basically. I forgot totally the point I was going to make. I'm gonna look back at the stream later on and go, oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It says I talk words good. Maybe it'll come back to me later on. Distractions are the bane of my existence. Right? Anyway, yeah, so this week got nothing going on. Just gonna have a full household. It's been fun having just me and Tam around the house. Let's just say we had the opportunity to make a couple of times to make things a little louder than normal. when you're living in a house with other people in it, you tend to do certain things a little more quieter. I won't go into details. If you want that, join the OnlyFans. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, giggity indeed. That was nice, but I missed having Rachel around, and it'll be good having her back. Honestly, I'll be a little heartbroken when she moves out and she moves out to Washington, and I'm sure I'll be worried a lot for her. And that's just part of being a parent. You can't really avoid that. It just goes with the territory, But it is what it is. What are you going to do? But how's everybody else doing? I hope everyone else out there, again, is having a good time. Today, it's Monday, the beginning of the week. If you got plans, let us know what it is you're going to be doing this week. If you got goals that you want to achieve this week, let us know about that. We want to hear about it, too. Something I did interesting, I asked Mastodon, what should I talk about today? And I got a few suggestions. Let's see. Someone wanted me to talk about the history of Labor Day and union organizing. Well, I was going to talk about Labor Day, but, I figured you guys wouldn't want to hear me go on and on about it. Oh, grammar joke. Okay, let's see. We got cooking versus not cooking, someone else said. And having someone else cook you. That's actually an interesting topic, cooking. Tam and I were talking about that the other day, and we were talking about how Rachel just does not know how to cook. I mean, she can cook a few things, but she doesn't really know how to cook for herself. She can follow a recipe and cook what's the recipe, but she doesn't understand how to balance the flavor in foods, right? She can follow a recipe, but if you just give her some food, if you gave her some pork and onions and garlic and whatever else and told her to make something, she wouldn't have the first clue as to what to make because she doesn't know how to balance, flavors. So I was telling Tam that, because Tam was saying to her, well, hey, it's time for you to start buying your groceries because, we buy food for the house, and Tam cooks, meals for everybody. And Tam was telling her, hey, so a couple times a week, I'll show you how to make a couple of different meals. And once you know what you like, you can start buying your own groceries so that you can use that to cook your meals, right? So that you know how to cook for yourself. And Rachel seemed to be very, she liked that idea because she knows she's going to have to. That's part of being independent, part of learning how to cook for yourself. My favorite, garlic, onions, and something else. My favorite too, Woof. My favorite too. So she's going to have to learn to cook because she doesn't really know how. So we're going to help her with that too. So yeah, cooking versus no. Now, I learned to cook at an early age. Very early. I told Tam and I have talked about this. She's been surprised at I told her I was making my own scrambled eggs at 8 years old. By the time I was 10, I could cook my own hamburger patty. By the time I was 12, I was literally making meals myself. Because I had to, because one of the ways, and I was talking about, cruelty toxicity in my household. One of the ways that showed itself was that I didn't always get to eat foods that I liked. It always was foods that other people liked. So if I wanted to learn to make foods that I liked, I had to learn to cook them myself. I had to learn to do it myself. Like, no one wanted to get up in the morning and make me eggs. Like, it was a bowl of cereal or maybe some oatmeal, that I would put in a packet and put in the microwave or something like that, right? So I had to learn to make eggs myself. If I wanted scrambled eggs for breakfast in the morning, I had to learn to make it myself. So when I was a little kid, that's what I set out to do. My grandmother taught me how to do it, and I just started going from there. So I learned how to cook early on. I learned how to balance flavors. I learned if there was a dish that I wanted to have, I could cook it and make it myself. So I can cook. But in a world that we live in today where food is so easily brought to you, people consider their time and versus, their money and what have you. So if it costs, like, let's say I can make a meal for me and Tam and Rachel, and maybe it'll cost, let's say, $15 and maybe $15 in groceries, right? In food items. Okay. And then what people do is they compare that to, okay, but if I go buy this meal, it's going to cost twice as much for the family. It's going to cost $30 for the family. So people will say to themselves, okay, it's cheaper if I just make it myself. And that's true. Absolutely true. If you don't factor in the amount of time that it takes you to make the food. But if you don't have that time, or if you're not willing to spend that time, then eating out becomes your alternative. And you're trading time for money, basically, money for time, however you want to look at it, right? So some people can afford to do that. Other people can't afford to do that. And if you want to save up money, then that's a sacrifice you have to make is you say, okay, I'm not going to spend that extra money because I want to save that up. Instead, I'm going to use my time. Not everybody does that. And the world makes it increasingly easier not to cook your own food. But the benefits of cooking your own food, much greater, huge. Compared to, buying it somewhere, getting a fast food or what have you. Cooking for yourself is essential. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the chat or let me know. Come on, be a guest if you want to. What was your cooking experience? What was your experience as a child learning how to cook? Did you not learn to cook until you were an adult? Did you learn to cook early on as a child? What was your reasons for learning how to cook? Was it because you had to, or you're going to starve because you couldn't afford to eat out anymore? Or, the days of $2 Whoppers are gone. So you realize you got to start making your own Whoppers. Something like that. What was it for you guys? Let me know. Well, let's see. What other subjects do they bring up as well? Let's see. Someone suggested dietary choices. I said I'm the last person who should be talking about that. So here's a good one. Famous historical figures with unique kinks. I you know what? I never even thought of researching that. that might be more interesting than I think. Historical figures with unique kinks. First of all, what would you define as a unique kink? That would be my first question. What is a unique kink? I mean, are there really any unique kinks these days? It would have to be like a very specific kink to be unique these days. I mean, if we were going back 30 years ago, yeah, you could say there's a lot of unique kinks. But with porn out there these days, running rampant, really, are there really any unique kinks anymore? It would have to be like you only get off on red high-heeled shoes with black scuff marks, that are striped on the back of the heel. It would have to be like something really specific. It would have to be something like, that you only are into bondage if the rope is colored pink and made of 50% polyester. That's the only thing I could think of what could possibly be a unique kink. Like, I'm not sure what that would be. Benjamin Franklin is the winner. What, for unique kinks? I don't know what his kink was. What was his kink? Getting struck by lightning? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Was that his unique kink? I don't know. But yeah, I have no idea what. Maybe I'll start making a list. Everything. He was a colonial pimp. Yeah, probably. Even Jefferson, right? Didn't Jefferson have like a shit ton of kids? Something like that, I believe. Let's see. Another topic was top 10 reasons to not go to Burning Man. Oh, that's easy. Oh my God, Burning Man. What a fucking joke. Burning Man is the perfect example of how rich people ruin things, right? Burning Man is the perfect example of how rich people ruin things. Because that's what happened to Burning Man. Burning Man became gentrified in a sense, all right? So when Burning Man first started out, it started out as this, live venue concert, a very small one, where people would come out to the desert and they would see a couple of bands and they would all kind of have this communal hippie living where everything was shared, where resources were shared, where, it was very this hippie vibe. It was very this, very much this culture of, oh, here, let us inform you about things. Let us help you about, with things like that, right? It was very cool when it first started out. Burning Man was very cool. And then it started getting popular. And like most things, as they get popular, they get ruined. And this was ruined specifically by the rich. Because what started to happen was that rich people started coming because it was like they wanted to LARP being poor. So this was their way of getting away from, all of the soft, common things in life and get more to a basic kind of living on the earth and just sharing with other people and communing with other people. And so they would come with these big RVs. And then what started happening is that as it grew, bigger venue, bigger bands started performing there. And it became this thing. And then it just got co-opted completely by rich people in their, you got to understand, in their RVs, in their tents. Like, there became a thing where you could come and rent a tent. Instead of bringing your own tent and being self-sufficient, you could come and rent a tent, have everything laid out for you. You don't have to do nothing to it. You don't have to set it up. You don't have to do nothing. There's beds in the tent. There are heating and air conditioning in the tent if you need it. There are people to wait on you if you need it, to give you meals and things like that. You pay for it. It's this whole thing. Completely the antithesis. Completely the opposite of what Burning Man started out as. Completely the opposite. And then it started because the rich people started doing it. And because rich people brought in bigger bands, it became this trendy thing and just stopped being what it was. So when this whole thing, when the rain comes and the people in Burning Man are getting flooded and they can't drive their trucks out of the mud and their RVs out of the mud, and Chris Rock is talking about being stuck there, I just laughed Because to me, that's the ultimate example, like that these people don't have or have forgotten about what it's like to have nothing. When you have nothing, you don't have someone to pull you out of the mud. You don't have a helicopter that can be flown in to fly you out. And you can leave other people behind to deal with your mess for you. That's not life for a lot of people. For most of the people in this world, that is not life. And they wanted to come and pretend to be getting into the earth and be all hippie-ish and to basically pretend to be poor. Well, that's part of it, is that you're hit with circumstances beyond your control that you cannot simply call a helicopter or call whatever to come and rescue you. It's gonna be you know, could be interesting to see what happens next year. Right? That'll be the interesting thing, to see what happens next year. Okay. How many rich people are going to come out next year? Yeah, the whole thing's sad. The whole thing is just utterly sad. Like I said, it's a great example of how rich people screw shit up sometimes. Sorry, hold on. I need a drink. A little air trapped in my throat. Okay. Another example that was given, something we can talk about: North Korean UFOs, fact or fiction? Didn't really understand, because the way they wrote it. North Korea, comma, UFOs, comma, fact or fiction. So I don't know if this is a two-part question where they're wanting me to talk about whether or not Korea is fact or fiction. If North Korea is fact or fiction. If North Korea, I don't know if they're trying to say, is North Korea and UFOs fact or fiction? Or if they're asking if North Korean UFOs are fact or fiction. And then I'm wondering what a North Korean UFO is. I do not have the answer to that. I do not know. Cannot know everything. It's impossible. So, yeah, UFOs. We've talked about that before. We talked about that a few weeks ago. You don't know what I'm doing. Shut up. Don't look at me. I had to adjust something there. Like UFOs, we talked about that a few weeks ago. Do UFOs exist? Well, probably aliens exist. Why wouldn't they? Have they come and visited us? I don't know. Like, there's a lot of speculation. There's a lot of things we don't understand. Whether or not it could be attributed to UFOs, I don't know, man. There are a lot of weird, unexplained phenomena in this world that, when we do realize what it was, almost always has a naturalistic explanation. Like, for years, people would see these, a glowing ball, in the evening sometime, or in the morning, early morning at dusk, this glowing electric ball. And for forever, people thought this was like everything from ghosts to, whatever else they thought it was, is lightning. Yeah, we realized there's this thing called ground lightning that can form into like this ball shape and can hover and float for, a little while and then disappear. Well, we didn't have that understanding before. So people made up reasons, because that's one of the stupid things that humans do, is if we don't understand something, we make up reasons for it, like we do understand it. Because we can't stand the fact that we don't understand something, so we have to make up reasons for it. And you see examples of that still to this day. It is a human trait that is, I think, one of the worst that we have. Instead of going, I don't know what that is, and then trying to figure out what it is, which some humans do, the vast majority of humans will make up shit for it. Because they cannot cope with the idea that they don't have the answer. That's what people do, is when they don't understand something, they will make up an answer for it. So, I don't know if UFOs have been here. I don't think so. I'm not really that worried about it. The biggest thing that gets me about UFO sightings, right? That never really sits right in my head, and maybe I'm wrong for thinking this. Maybe someone else can come around and correct me. But if you're a species, an alien race, if you're a race of people that are smart enough to be able to traverse the galaxies, go across the universe, if your technology is that sufficiently advanced, how are you getting the picture of your ship taken by, some doofus on the ground, or even worse, some jet fighter? Like, you're telling me that you have the capability to come across the galaxy or the universe to another galaxy, but you can't detect an F-10 fighter within 100 miles of your ship to avoid it? That's to me, that makes absolutely no sense.
I'm not sure I understand.
I'm not talking to you. Shut up. That makes, exactly, Siri. I'm not sure I understand that either. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. Zero sense it makes. It is just dumb. Someone, maybe they want us to see them. Well, why don't they just reveal themselves then? Why they got to do it in such a sneaky, we're here. No, we're not. Oh, maybe it's us. No, it's not. Again, a sufficiently advanced culture, society that could traverse the galaxies from one to the other. What? So yeah, that is my main reason why I don't believe that we've been visited by UFOs. I think there's other explanations. These videos that people see of things in the sky and that like what they went to Congress with, I think those are natural explanations for what those are. I think that's the most likely answer. But until we find definitively what it is, I'm just going to say, I don't know. I don't know what that is. That could just be another type of ball light. I don't know. Maybe they're seeing like some kind of natural phenomenon that we have never experienced before. Again, I don't know. And I am fine saying I don't know. I don't have to make up reasons for things I don't understand. That is actually a logical fallacy, if you're interested, called the argument from ignorance. Is that if you don't know something, then giving an answer to something you don't know is fallacious. It's illogical. If you don't know something, you don't know something. That's it. It's simple as that. If you don't know something, you don't know. Stop saying you know things when you don't know them. Be fine with saying, I don't know. Not just with aliens, but in everything in your life. If there's something you don't understand and there's not a logical, rational explanation for it, simply say you don't know. If you go back into your backyard and all of a sudden there's a bunch of daisies that have pushed up that you didn't notice the day before, you don't say aliens came and planted daisies, or you don't say elves came in or fairies came in and planted these daisies. No, you say, I don't know. Wow, that's amazing. I don't know how that happened so quickly. But people don't do that. They got to make up reasons. Wolfman says, I smoke weed and I know things. I feel you, brother. I feel you on that one. So that's my stance on UFOs, whether they're from North Korea or anywhere else. I don't fucking know. Neither do you. Neither does anyone else. We need to all stop saying we know about things that we don't know. God, you know how many political issues would be just squashed if people could admit that they just didn't know? Can't do that, though, can we? Of course not. So those were some of the topics that were suggested. It was a late night post that I put out, so I didn't get a lot of responses for it. Oh my gosh. I got a huge response. I got one post that I made on, I think it was Friday or Saturday. Saturday, I want to say, that went really big on Mastodon. Well, big for me. It was the biggest post I'd ever put on Mastodon. All of them, you think, Wolf? All of them, maybe. But it was like a big post. It was just such an, it's weird about social media sometimes. I try to be clever in my posting because I post a lot to Mastodon. I try to be entertaining and clever. I'm there to have fun. I will post random thoughts in my head about things. And I made this just offhanded comment. And I'll tell you what it said. It just said simply, nothing sums up this year more than Zoom demanding that their employees come back to the office instead of remote working. Nothing. Right? That was the post that I'd made on Mastodon. 1.2 thousand favorites. Right now we're sitting at 800 reposts. Someone told me that it made the white people Twitter on Reddit, which I don't go to Reddit anymore, so I didn't go check it out or anything. So, yeah, it's so weird. It was just like this offhanded comment. And like, it kind of pisses me off in a way, because I could make an offhanded comment and it gets really popular, and it's great. I got a lot of followers from it. I finally hit over, which I didn't think I was going to be able to do till the end of the year, 3.8 thousand followers, which trust me, that doesn't mean a lot, because it's not like all those people are active or anything. I'm not like a follower chaser or anything like that. But it's nice to get some new followers, get new engagement, that kind of thing. And it was on an offhanded comment. Just nothing that I literally wrote it in 5 seconds. Because I read a post where someone was talking about Zoom and how they wanted their employees to come back. And I just thought that's ironic to me. That was the height of irony. That sums up the year for me. So I posted it. And boom, it goes. It was on the trending page on Mastodon for a day or so, what have you. Okay. Meanwhile, I'm over here. I'm trying to make jokes and just be entertaining and funny, talk about things that come off my head. Like, I was pissed off that I had not pissed off, understand this. I wasn't pissed off. So I had made this joke or this post about, basically it was a quote. So there's this, I got to explain it. Jesus. Because I realized no one knew what I was talking about. There's this famous quote by Groucho Marx that says, outside of a dog, a book is man's best friend. Inside of a dog, it's too dark to read. Okay? It's a famous quote by Groucho Marx. Been around for fucking ever. Longer than I've been alive, right? Again, outside of a dog, a book is man's best friend. Inside of a dog, it's too dark to read. So I thought, oh, that's such a great quote. But my ADHD brain starts finding connections between things automatically. And I start thinking about Karl Marx, the father of communism, right? Socialism. And not communism necessarily, socialism. And so I go to AI to like DALL-E, the graphics AI, and I have it make me a picture that's a combination of Karl Marx and Groucho Marx. So it's got this, if you can imagine, this big bushy beard, big bushy hair like Karl Marx had, but a big nose with glasses and a Groucho Marx mustache, right? That we're used to seeing. I thought, oh, that's perfect. So then I go and write this post where I say, I quote it and I say, outside of a dog, the proletariat is man's best friend. Inside of a dog, it's too dark to unionize. And then I quote the quote as Groucho, and then in quotes I put Karl, and then Marx at the end. I thought, oh, this is great. It's such a clever joke. It's so funny. I was just laughing at my own own cleverness. You know, I thought it made me laugh. I thought for sure, oh, people are going to love this. This is clever. This is unique. This is original. Everybody's going to laugh at. Yeah, no, 5 people got it. 5 people got the joke. I was just like, I was just like reaching too hard, going too far, too niche. And then I make this offhanded comment about Zoom and boom, it blows up. I'm still getting notifications for it today. Like still getting notifications for it. Like literally, I just got it. I'm looking at my notifications right now. I literally just got a notification for it. And this was 3 days ago. And it's still making its rounds. It's still going around. I mean, wonderful. Don't get me wrong. I ain't mad at it. It's free publicity, and I'm appreciative of that because, the more people that follow me, the more engagement. And it's just fun for me. That's how I see it. Because for me, social media is always about loss and gain. You're always going to have a bunch of your followers that are going to stop using the service, or maybe they don't use it as much. So engagement is going to drop off because of that. So you need to keep bringing in new people so that the engagement stays up, right? Because that's what really matters. It's not about the amount of people that you have. It's the amount of engagement that you can get. That's what really matters to me about social media, because I'm in social media for the engagement. I want to have fun with people. I want people to have fun with me. I want to feel like I'm being understood by people. I want to feel like, people are connecting with me in some way and I'm connecting back with them, right? So that's my whole goal with social media is connection. And so the amount of people that follow me isn't as important to me as the engagement that I'm getting. So I'm always keeping track of the engagement number, not the number of people that follow me. So the 3.8 thousand people that I have following me right now, although that number is great, I don't see it as being real. I don't think of it as being something that is concurrent. They're not all following me. They might be my followers, but a portion of those are going to be, like I said before, people who have stopped using the service but haven't deleted their account, people who aren't visiting as much as they used to, or whatever. And that's normal with every social media service, right? Every social media service, you're going to go through that. So engagement means the most. Engagement, people talking to you, people working with us, whatever. That's what means the most. And I got a pretty high engagement rate, and I'm pretty proud of it. All right, because I keep people watching, I keep people, I think, entertained and what have you. So when I got 5 hits, when I got 5 people that reacted to that got the joke about Karl Marx and Groucho Marx, oh my God, I felt so deflated. Oh. Yeah, that was my existence. Wolf says, what about Richard Marx, the father of mediocre 80s music? Wolf again asks, so no one ever knows what you are talking about. It never stopped you. This is true. That is very, very true. Johnny says viral posts are lightning in a bottle. Yeah. You never know how it's gonna go. I'm always more clever in my head than I am in real life. Like, I'm working on a different level than most people when it comes to like people think I'm a smart guy, and I keep telling them I'm not as smart as I am clever. I think people don't realize there's a difference between smart and clever. Like smart. My favorite example between smart and clever is smart is knowing that you shouldn't do that. Clever is figuring a way to how to get out of it. Once you have. That's the difference between smart and clever. Smart is knowing you should never have done that. Clever is figuring out a way to get out of that thing that you should never have done. That's the difference. All right, I'm going to take a quick break, guys. I'll be right back. About something with you guys really quick. Maybe you guys can help me work this out, so to speak. You know, I keep talking about how I want to stream at a later hour. I would like to stream like once or twice a week at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Because I know that one of the reasons I don't have a lot of people in here is because I'm in the middle afternoon. I'm going to attract mostly a West, Coast or American audience. Most people at work around this time. I get why they can't join. And I think that the time slot hinders me because of that. So I would like to up my game to where I could stream twice a week around 6 p.m. Here's the problem. Where I stream, I'm in my living room right now. Got the green screen behind me, as you can tell, because when I wave my hand, you see the green between it because I can't keep up with it. You see it? It's the green screen behind me. And I'm sitting in the living room. And this is really the only space that I have to stream in so far. Once a month, we have a guest that comes and he sleeps on the couch bed, so I can't use the living room in that time. That's only for a 10-day period. So there would be maybe 2 days every month, out of the month, out of the potentially, let's say, so 2, 4, 6, 8. So that means I would only be able to do it 6 times a week, maybe, instead of 8. So that's what I'm going to try to start doing. Hey, what's up, Dav? You have the day off today, Dav, over on DavBot over on PeerTube. How you doing? Glad to see you there, man. So yeah, I'm going to start streaming 6 times a week. I want to start at 6 p.m. I think that what I'm going to start doing it is on Tuesdays. No, I don't know what days really. Wednesdays, maybe Wednesdays and a day on the weekend, I think. I haven't figured out which the time exactly, like when I want to start doing that at. The exact time that I want to do that. But I do want to do it, because I want to get more people in here. I want to get more of an audience going again. And the engagement is what I want. The engagement. I want to have fun with this. And I think that the idea of what I have, basically, I would like to get to like a, remember AM radio talk stations back in the day? That's kind of what I'd like to get to. I would like to get to, and there was this radio host I used to love who was on this station called KFI AM 640. And while he was on there, he was known as Mr. KFI. And then when KFI got bought out by, I think it was ABC, he became Mr. KABC, right? And his format was very much like what I do. It was very open. People could call in, ask him questions about things, and they would have these fun, like little discussions between him and the caller, just about different things. Sometimes it would be about a topic, and sometimes it'd be about whatever the person wanted to bring up. And it was a very entertaining show. That's what I would like to do here. That's what I would like to bring to live streaming. Is getting away from the playing the games and everything else. All right, Wolfman, take care. Have a good one, man. Wolfman had to go. Have a good one, everyone. That's what I would like to get to. Yeah, right. There you go, Johnny. KFI AM 640. More stimulating talk radio, right. Before they went all nuts. And Mr. KFI was great. And that's what I would like to bring to streaming here. That's what I would like to offer to live streaming, is that call-in kind of show where people can call in, be guests, and just talk about their day. The only exciting thing about it is I don't have a 10-second delay. So when I open up myself up to trolls. But I think I can control that, which is fine, because I can easily change the URL for the guest streaming. So if I get any trolls, I can change that. And I only give it out the link to people on my Discord or people on Mastodon, right? And those are the two places that I trust. So, I'm not that worried about it. And if something does come up, I'll figure out a way. I'll figure out how to control it. But that's what I would like to do, is that conversational kind of fun talk between people about what's going on in their lives, about, like, am I the asshole? I want people to call up and ask me, am I being the asshole with this? That kind of thing. I want people to call me up and do that. I think it'd be fun. And but to do that, I need a bigger audience. I need more of engagement, and I'm not going to get that at the 2:00 Pacific Standard Time that I've been doing for 4 years. So I'm going to have to bring it towards an evening. So I'm going to try for 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time twice a week and see what I can grow from there. See what I can do from it. That's the goal, and hopefully that'll bring some more in. Because, like I said, I'm just here to have fun. I want to have fun. I want to enjoy this. Not that I don't enjoy with my regulars like Johnny and Wolf and whoever else comes in here, Shaky, and there's been new people. Dav, I know Dabbot is watching. That's all fantastic. That's wonderful. I love you guys to death. I appreciate you so much for being here. But I want you guys to have more engagement too, because not only for me is more engagement, but more engagement will be fun for you too. That's what I want to bring to all this. And hopefully I will. Hopefully I can, and I will. So we'll see how that goes. I keep forgetting today's Tuesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday, isn't it? Yeah, see, like I can't live stream tomorrow because Tam's going to be home, and then our guest will be here, so I wouldn't be able to do it tomorrow night. I would literally have to wait till I'm probably not even the next week, because he'll be here for 10 days. So he'll be here next Wednesday as well. So I would have to wait those 10 days for him to leave, or I could start doing it evening one, right? Evenings would be cool. So, yeah, we'll see. I'll try to make that work. I wish that I had somewhere else I could live stream. I wish I had my own room or fuck even a closet where I could live stream. But you got to work with what you have, right? No. 6 p.m. Pacific time, Johnny. Johnny asked, what time frame? You thinking 9 p.m.? That's too late, man. I'm like almost dead asleep by then. No, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's what I was shooting for. I want to try out that time and see, because any later than that, I figure 6 to 8 would be my window there. And then after 8, it's enough time to, settle down with Tam, watch our shows, get our bonding time together, what have you. So that's the goal there. It's 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. See how it goes. I don't know. But that's what's going to happen. We'll see. So anyway, guys, I think I'm done for the day. Johnny, I'm done for the day. Thank you so much for watching. Wolf is gone, so thank you for him. Davbot, if you're still watching, sorry you got here so late. Next time, maybe. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. It's always wonderful having you, even just a few of you. I appreciate it. I get excited to come and talk to you guys, and I get excited hoping more people will show up and what have you. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a great day, and remember, between now and the next time you see me, go out and commit a couple acts of kindness, okay? Help brighten someone else's day. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. We'll see you Thursday. Bye, everyone.